Namaste. At the last week or limb of this journey of 8 limbs we've been through, up to Samadhi this week. For me in the past, Samadhi was always this concept or this idea that was unattainable. This thing, this conceptual thing that was way out there. But after consistent practice and efforting and this deep desire to want to evolve, Samadhi becomes a thing. This thing that we can tap into, or for me, being able to tap into this place, touching in on this part of me that is eternal and never changing, the ultimate truth within self. And it's attainable for everyone if they wish to find it. If it seems like a concept and it's way out there, then that's where it will stay. But if you're willing to put in the work and the practice and the awareness around ourself and understanding ourself and walking along or taking yourself along this path of 8 limbs and being aware of the process. The yamas and niyamas, the first two limbs, all about this code of conduct or these lists of to do and what not to do, just to stabilize ourselves enough to be on the mat. I see it like that. Even newer students that come into the mat, come into the practice or the studio, not necessarily ready to be here, and their mind is everywhere. But once we find this foundation, we can come onto the mat and can really dive into the practice or dive into ourselves a little more. And then we move through all the other limbs. The third limb being asana, using our body to leverage our pranayama, our energy, to then help manage that, to move to pratyahara, moving or directing or internalizing our energy and our awareness and our senses to minimize distraction outside, then working on dharana, concentrating on this point, on this singular point, whether it's outside, whether it's inside, this object, this meditation object. Some may use a flame, or if it's internal, our breath, or a mantra. And at this stage, the object is not so important. But as we get to dhyana, when we start to merge with this object, and there starts to be this separation from our ego self, and we start to merge with the thing, then we can start to step back a little and see everything. We can see ourselves from this place, separate from our ego, separate from our identity, separate from all the limited truths, the limited beliefs, the karmic ways of being, this murky, filtered way that we see ourselves or perceive ourselves, and how we see the world as well. Once we get, move through all of that, and then we step into Samadhi, where completely absorbed and immersed into that part of us, into Purusha, this eternal, indestructible, unchanging part of us. And the more that we can tap into that, the more we can be in that place, then the more we remember that it's there, the more we can perceive ourselves and not be so stuck or caught up in, the lower mind stuff or the ego stuff or what's happening around. And we get to live from that place. Not getting so caught up in the fear, the lower vibrational things. And, life just becomes this amazing thing. We can just be in this high vibration, can live in this place of love, can be just witnessing everything. Everything is. We're not so caught up in this and that. There's no right or wrong. We just understand from this place that everything is. Everything is required. Everything is essential. And we can see it like that. So this week in the studio, practicing or touching in or focusing on Samadhi. Next week we'll have a whole new group of themes. Hope you can make it into the studio. Looking forward to seeing you there. Class has been amazing. See you soon. Namaste.